Hey guys, it's me Sujoy over here. I'm back with another video. So on this video, I'm going to be talking about how to live in Vietnam comfortably under $1,000. So so I'm just going to be talking about Saigon. For those of you, if you don't know me, I've been living over here in Vietnam for over 5 years now, and I've been living in Saigon for 4 years. And for the past 1 year, I've been staying over here in the countryside, which is like 45 minutes drive to Ho Chi Minh City. I'm still recovering from my cold. I have still a bit of a bit of a sore throat. So so I'll try my best to cover up this video, and you can see that I'm still taking my vitamin C meds and all that. So let me just take one right now. Okay. All right. So I'm going to be talking specifically for those if who are actually making around $1,000, or say for example, if you're having a monthly budget of $800, 800 to $1,000, or even like $750 to $1,000. So how you can live in Vietnam comfortably with this kind of budget. So like I said, I'm going to focus on Saigon. Okay. So if I were you and I'm going to be staying over here, and if I'm going to stay in Saigon for a month, I would I would try. So let's talk about. I'm going to break it down into certain sections. So I'm going to be talking about housing. I'm going to be talking about clothes, groceries, then transportation, and finally entertainment money. Okay. So say you're coming to Vietnam, Saigon, and you want to stay here for a month. So I recommend that you try to look out for an accommodation not located in District 1, which is actually the downtown city, where you have all the nightlife and all that. So, because from my personal experience, if you're going to stay in District 1, it's going to be an expensive affair. There are some good districts where you can rent up an accommodation. Say for example, you can pay around 350 US to all the way to 400 to 420 US per month. I recommend you check out Airbnb. If you're going to be staying over here for a month in Saigon. So you can look into districts like District 3, District 4. You can even look into locations like Bintan district. That's a very good district. I like Bintan district because you have the you have the landmark 81 area, and you have a lot of places to eat. District 4, yeah, and of course you can check out District 7. District 7 is quiet. It's a bit quieter district. You have the Lotte Mart mall over there. So it's a bit quieter location. Of course, District 7, it's also known as the Koreatown because, like there are a lot of nice Korean restaurants. If you are going to stay around in District 7, there are a lot of international schools catering for Korean students and for, of course, other expats who want to send their children to these international schools. So yeah, District 7 is a very nice location. And also you can look into Tao Dien. I believe that's District 2. I used to stay there for a month. It's a very quiet location. I mean, Tao Dien is basically a city by itself. So, I mean, if I'm going to be coming from District 2 all the way to District 1, I think it's going to be taking me around, it'll take me around 35 minutes or, 40 minutes. But like I said, District 2, Tao Dien, it's like a city by itself. They have, they have coffee, they have Starbucks over there. They have their own nightlives. They have bars. If you're a big fan of craft beer, you can go and stay over there. There is a good expat community over there. A lot of English teachers live there in District 2 because I myself am an English teacher. I've been teaching English in Vietnam for over 3.5 years. So a couple of my fellow expat teachers, my colleagues, they used to they used to live in District Two, South Indian District. You have Burger King and everything. So it's basically you have even Indian restaurants over there. You have you can even rent up an apartment over there. I think you have the you have the Win Homes over there. You have the shopping mall over there. I forgot the name of the shopping mall. Is it Win Home Shopping Mall or? Yeah, so there are a lot of shopping malls. So if you can check out District Two. In fact, that would be the best option. The best alternative to District One would be District Two, and of course, you can check out District Three, District Four, and also District Seven. You can have you can book an apartment over there. Like say, around 350 to 450 US per month. Because if you're going to stay downtown in District 1, it's going to be an expensive affair. It's going to be like, more than $500. So it's going to be around 600, 650 or so. So that's what it comes down to housing. But if you're coming to Vietnam to stay for a month, book it through Airbnb. If you book it with Agoda, Booking.com, it's going to be an expensive affair. I dislike booking from Booking.com for long stays because it gets a bit expensive. So you can look into Airbnb. Agoda is also a bit cheaper, and I believe you can even rent apartments. If you book it through Agoda, I believe you have the Agoda homes. But like I said, Airbnb would be your best option. Now let's talk about the clothes, okay? Uh, personally speaking, I love online shopping, and Vietnam is known for its huge e-commerce sector boom. So, whenever I try to buy some clothes or I want to buy some, electronics or something, I always go to Lazada. Lazada is like it's quite famous in Southeast Asia, in Thailand, in Vietnam, and other parts of Southeast Asia. So you can just go to lazada.vn and you can get a lot of good clothes, and they're going to be quite cheaper, reasonable. Yeah, you can also buy like not a I mean like a Lacoste T-shirt, but it may not be original. But like I said, I mean, like over here in Vietnam, nobody really cares if you're wearing an original branded T-shirt or what. But yeah, I mean, Lazada, they do sell original branded stuff, so you can check it out from there. You can buy a pack of three T-shirts, like as low as 120,000 Vietnam dong. Okay, so you can, so because I believe one USD is equivalent to 23,000 400 Vietnam dong. So you guys can do the math. Okay, so I'm not very good in math, but like I said, if you want to buy some clothes or something, or you want to buy some electronic items or personal care products, just go to Lazada. Um, and they usually deliver the products to you within 2 to 3 business working days if the location is in Vietnam. But if you're going to be ordering something from Lazada, which is going to have an international shipment, then it could take up to 7 business working days. So yeah, so check out Lazada. So now let's talk about groceries. So on an average, every week I spend around 650 to yeah, I spend around 650 to 700 or 750,000 Vietnam dong per month for my groceries, because I love to stack up my fridge. I like to keep a lot of stuffs. Um, you can go to Big C, because Big C here in Vietnam is quite cheap. You can buy a lot of stuffs from Big C supermarket. Like prices are quite reasonable, cheap. I would avoid going to fancy grocery markets in shopping malls like Wincom. Sorry, yeah, now I remember. Yeah, Wincom Mall and all that. I would avoid going to those grocery shopping centers because it's going to be quite expensive. Or if you're going to go to farmers market and all that, then I think groceries are going to be expensive. So stick to Big C. You can go to Big C, or and there are a lot of Big C, Big C branches here in Saigon. So just go to any Big C store here, and you can buy a lot of stuff. So if you're a solo traveler, you can spend around 500,000 Vietnam dong for picking up your weekly groceries. Or if you like to, if you're like me who like, or if you're like a couple, you're staying with your, I mean, if you're two people or something, then I think the grocery is going to be around 800,000 Vietnam dong approx per week. Yeah. So that's for the groceries. Okay, now let's talk about the food. Okay, so say for example you're coming from the West, or you're coming from Europe, or you're coming from any other part of the world. Uh, I recommend that you try to stick with Vietnamese food. Like you can have a bowl of pho, which is the Vietnamese noodle soup, as low as 30,000 Vietnam dong. You can even buy a baguette, which is known as the banh mi. You can get it for, I believe, for 15,000 to, you can get it for 20,000. And banh mi is quite filling. I made a video about this, like, what I usually eat. So you can buy a banh mi. One banh mi is quite filling, or, you can have a bowl of pho for lunch. So yeah. Um, because Vietnamese food is definitely more cheaper compared to if you're going to go to, say, McDonald's or Burger King, or you want to go to any Western restaurant or something, because that's going to be very expensive. Averagely, if you go to McDonald's, you're going to buy a Big Mac meal or something, it's going to be costing you around 120,000 Vietnam dong or something. But if you go to Burger King, it may be a bit more expensive. I think maybe around 250 to 300,000 Vietnam dong for a Burger King Whopper and meal and everything. So yeah, once in a while, definitely. What I do is once in a while, definitely, I indulge myself. I go out to McDonald's, I eat a Big Mac meal and all that. Or sometimes I may like to go to Domino's or something. But majority of my eating habits, they're only into majority of my eating is only Vietnamese food. So like I said, it's cheaper, it's affordable, and of course, you can even try different dishes like bun seo, which is the Vietnamese form of, which is the Vietnamese pancake. You can try bo co, the Vietnamese curry with with the beef and all that. So you can try even Vietnamese steak. That for breakfast, it's quite filling. I believe it's going to be around 50,000 Vietnam dong or something. And of course, you can even buy a nice cafe da, Vietnamese coffee. I'm not a big fan of cafe so, but cafe da is going to be approximately, I think cafe da is going to be around 15,000 Vietnam dong because I'm staying out here in the countryside. So one more thing I just want to let you know is that if let's get back to the housing a bit. Like, if you're not new to Vietnam, and if you're like frequently traveling here, and if you have a fair about knowledge about Saigon, you can look into locations. You can even stay in locations like Phun Nhong, Tan Phu. I mean, if you're a digital nomad and all that, like, I'm a digital nomad. I've been staying out here in the countryside for over a year now, because most of my business is online. I do purely online. I work on my laptop, so I really don't need to go to any corporate office, or I don't need to go to the city for meeting up with any clients and all that. My business is purely online. I work on my laptop, so I'm staying out here in the countryside. I book a full home out here. It's a two-story house, and I pay approximately 4.2 million per month. It's a big house, so there are like two floors, and I have it's a two-bedroom apartment home, so I have two rooms upstairs and a big kitchen, and I have a nice dining room and TV and everything. When it comes to electricity and all that, it depends. So I'm paying approximately 600,000 Vietnam dong for electricity per month. So that is approximately the electricity cost which I pay. All right, so now let's just continue with the transportation. Okay, so say for example, you want to stay out here for a month in Vietnam, or for your long stays, and you're making approximately $1,000, or say around 750 or 700 to $800 per month. I advise you that you can rent up a scooter for the month. You can use Grab bike. People use a lot of Grab over here. I predominantly use a lot of Grab bikes when I commute over here in Saigon, in Vietnam, in Saigon. Yeah, sorry, but Grab bike you can pay around. If you are within the city, it can be anywhere between 25,000 to tops, 60,000 or something. But but like if you're using it every day, it adds up costs. So I recommend you rent a motorbike, rent a scooter. So you can rent a scooter like for a month for 1.2 million to all the way. If you want to buy a high-end Honda, if you want to rent a high-end Honda, it's going to be approximately 3 million per month. And yeah, you need to pay some kind of a deposit money or something. Honestly, I've never rented a scooter out here in Vietnam over my period of 5 years. I've been using a lot of Grab, and so that's how I commute out here in Vietnam. But yeah, it's advisable that if you're going to be staying here for a month, and if you want to commute over here, rent a scooter out here. It's not very difficult to drive around here in Saigon. It may look a bit chaotic and all that, but like I said, if you're driving slow and cautiously, there shouldn't be much of a problem. You can just put your phone connected with the motorbike, and you can just put on the Google map. And of course, you need to have I highly recommend when you come over here to Vietnam, get a Vietnam SIM. I use Viettel. I believe it's for 100,000 Vietnam dong. So you can get up to 1 GB or something. So yeah, and internet is pretty fast over here. So yeah, so you can do that. Finally, let's go with the entertainment money. If you're going to locations like Bui Vien Street and all that, yeah, sure, you can hit some. You can go to some places to drink beer where I spent approximately 100,000 for just one Heineken beer. It's like an indoor location. I mean, I'm not talking about EDM music and all that, but there are also spots in Bui Vien Street where you can just sit down and you can order a beer for 30,000. I believe they also have the buy one get one or something like that. So you can have a I mean you can enjoy your beer, but I'm not a big fan of going to lady bars and all that, because that's where the trouble comes. I mean, that's where you can land up, you can get you can get scammed over there. You can land up paying a lot of money. You can be tricked over there if you talk with a Vietnamese girl who's working in that bar. But I remember, one of my Vietnamese friends, she actually started a bar over there at District 1. So I went there. She was the owner and all that. She gave me a free drink and all that. Very nice person. Of course, I haven't been in touch with her for a while now. But, be a bit careful if you're going to lady bars and all that. But, yeah, like I said, Thao Dien, District 2, there are also places where you can enjoy a nice craft beer. There are a lot of craft beer centers. I mean, branches over here in Saigon. So if you love drinking beer like I do, you can go to a craft beer, craft beer, place, and you can just enjoy a nice beer, and I believe it's going to be around 60 to maybe 75,000 if you want to enjoy a nice craft beer. Yeah, so that's about it. I mean, so if your budget is around 700 to like $1,000 if you want to stay here in Vietnam, and especially with the new 90-day visa, if you're planning to stay here in Vietnam for 3 months, and if that is your budget, then I recommend that you try to stay in Saigon, away from District 1, because District 1 is going to be expensive for you. You can easily blow up a lot of money. Um, so now let me just, so if you like watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'm still recovering from my cold. Finally, if you really want to scale up your income, like if you want to have a good passive income, you want to make around $2,000 plus, or you want to make $3,000 plus per month. I'm going to keep a link down in the description below. It's an access to a free webinar invite. It's free to join the webinar, and this is a master class, and you will get to learn the whole business model. So I highly recommend you check out that link. Of course, if you're ideally if you're earning around $1,500 to $2,000 per month here in Vietnam, you can definitely live very well. I highly recommend you check out that link down in the description below, and just sign up for this free webinar masterclass. If you like watching this video, make sure to like and subscribe to my channel. So with that being said, you guys have a great day. Peace out.